Why is that so important to you?
We want to rebuild our neighborhoods and also rebuild the families that we have in the inner city as well.
That is so fantastic. And again, one last time, can you tell people if they are looking for resources where they can go to with Resources and Beyond?
Yes, they can visit us at Facebook at Resources and Beyond and also visit us at resourcesandbeyond.org.
Again, thank you so much for joining us here today, Sensore. And this has been your Associated Bank Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Resources and Beyond right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. A Wisconsin surgeon is accused of possessing child pornography. 46-year-old Calvin Erickson was arrested Tuesday near his home in Brookfield. He's facing federal charges for distribution and possession of child pornography. Erickson is a surgeon at Froedtert Hospital and assistant professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. According to court documents, federal agents conducted a 2-year investigation into Erickson's possible connections to child sexual abuse material. Court records indicate Erickson was released on a signature bond. He's scheduled to appear back in federal court on July 31st. The Milwaukee County's transit system knew it was running a budget deficit before details became public in mid-June. That's according to comments during a county committee on finance meeting Thursday. Supervisor Sean Rowland says he learned MCTS was planning service frequency cuts before they had arrived at the nearly $11 million deficit projection.
The deficit would have even been larger, maybe by the tune of $1 million or $2 million, and the service reductions or the frequency reductions brought it down to 10.9. That was a revelation to me yesterday.
A county ordinance requires organizations to report deficits of $100,000 or more to county leaders. The man accused of killing a Milwaukee police officer in an ambush pleads not guilty. 22-year-old Tremaine Jones faces 3 felonies in the death of Officer Kendall Corder, including first-degree intentional homicide. His lawyers tried to get the charges dismissed, but the judge found enough evidence to bind him over for trial. Jones is accused of shooting Corder and his partner, Officer Christopher McRae, in an alley on Milwaukee's northwest side last month. Officer McRae is still recovering from his injuries. Jones is due back in court in August. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-21. Dang, that went away fast. Hey, it's Friday. I got to start harassing people. It's Pop Off Friday. What can I say? So say something to me. You want to fight? No, don't talk to me. You want to fight? Say something to me. See, you got to say both. Like, talk to me. Don't talk to me. Like, what is that? Yes, we're having fun today. It is going to be a marvelous day. It's going to be a day that we're going to have a lot of fun with. And I'm just doing some things up front so that I don't have to bother with X, so he can leave me alone. Because, you know, sometimes he be tripping. So, yeah. I just sent you the email, by the way. So, because I sent an email earlier and I didn't attach it. So I think what I did is I attached it, but I clicked send and it hadn't attached yet. And then I shut my computer down. And then I left my computer in the car. I don't know what that is. Okay. You stealing it? You're borrowing it. Okay. So what do I?
That's Sherman's binder.
Okay. So I'm doing it?
Yeah, because it's Friday.
Okay. Yeah. I've been asking to do stuff earlier in the week. Like, when y'all start doing stuff, can y'all start with, like, me? Oh, it's Monday. We'll start with the morning show. Like, how come y'all can't ever start with the last show and work your way back? I didn't ask. Did I? Dude, did I ask you? What is it? This is Pop Off Friday. That means that if somebody hollers at you, you're supposed to, oh, you can't even get your own producer to get mad and holler at. Like, what is that? What is that? That's how much of a day it is today. Now, I had a great day today. I did something that I've never done. Not never. Shouldn't say never. That I haven't done in at least 6 months. 6 months. By the way, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. You can go to any of those. Just click watch live. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a minute of a live show like we're doing right now. I slept for 9 hours. 9 hours. 9. Dr. Ken, let's get it popping and stop sniffing your top lip. I don't even know what that means. Do I have a habit of doing that? So then what are you talking about? See, Kawanda feeling better now, so now she harassing everybody. Don't make me get on a plane and come to Florida. There'll be heck to pay. Anyway, does that even sound right, using the word heck? Like, it don't even sound right. So here's the funny part. First of all, I know there are children listening. I know there are children watching. But I have to be clear. My question in no way should upset anybody. Well, maybe except kids. Why are children off during the summer? Can anybody explain that to me? And don't use the example of this dumb, oh, they got summer vacation and they need to relax and they need to. No. If they took the summer off, they'd still have Labor Day. They'd probably get a week or so in August. Give them another 3 days. Or give them like a Wednesday through Friday off every 3 weeks. Give them like 3 of those. 1 in June, 1 in July, 1 in August. Otherwise, they go to school every day. Now, I'm not being mean when I say this. I understand how white parents care about white kids. And I don't care. It's like when people say, you should move to a suburb and raise your children, right? But when my black children go to that suburb, they're going to be literally the minority. And the majority of things and decisions that are not made for anything that remotely helps, supports, gives power to my children. And I understand that because it's predominantly white. So when I talk about things, I'm talking about being predominantly black. That's not a negative. It doesn't take away from who you are. Well, you're always talking race. I'm talking culture. And it's okay. I had the best time, the absolute best time, Tuesday night, sitting at a table with a group of guys. There were 4 of them who were all Serbian. And you would think Serbians are white guys, and they are. But these guys were Serbian. They didn't like other people. And it wasn't a negative. It wasn't like a we hate people. It's that you're not Serbian, so you just don't get it. And I thought it was a fruitful, very rich conversation. There was nothing negative about it. There was nothing mean about it. There was nothing condescending about it. And that was the most important thing that I noted. So when I talk about black children, it's because I'm black. If you say, or if you're white and you say you don't care about white children more than black children, you're lying. If you're Jewish and you say you don't care about Jewish kids more than you care about black kids, you're lying. So embrace it. It's okay. I don't think that's a negative at all, as long as all things are equal, as long as they have equal funding for schools, things of that nature. I'm okay. Neighborhoods, everybody gets the same police service. I'm okay. TheRoot.com has an opinion piece that captured the answer to the question, why are schools off for the summer? For the life of me, I don't understand. We're more than halfway, and I'm sorry, this is an article written by Lawrence Ware, W-A-R-E. We're more than halfway into July, and that means kids will be going back to school soon. Not in Wisconsin, not till September. At the beginning of every academic year, many boys and girls, black boys and girls, will walk into classrooms across the country having spent all summer doing what most of them likely want to be doing, which is anything that's the opposite of academic learning. And that's just nature. That's just kids, right? While it is understandable why kids do that, it results in what researchers call summer learning loss, or, to put it plainly, kids forget much of what they learned the year before. Ask any teacher, and they spend the first 2 weeks of every school just getting their students out of summer mode. While this learning loss hits kids harder, on every academic metric, of course, once again, black kids lag behind their white and Asian counterparts, and it's clear why. Before the integration of public schools, activists fought hard to change things because, yes, it was morally wrong to have segregated schools, but they had practical things in mind as well. Here's where I disagree with that statement. It is not morally wrong to have a segregated school. Because now what you're telling me is that an HBCU that is predominantly black, or a PWI, predominantly white institution, that is predominantly white, or right? But they're using segregated, meaning you're forced to go to that school because you're black, or you're forced to go to that school because you're white, or better yet, you can't go to the white school because you're black. He goes on to say, there are glaring problems with our schools. The educational institutions we were forced to attend were underfunded, and the textbooks they gave us were often outdated. But yet we still make it. We still made it. As a result of integration, many black kids were able to go to school with white count students and take advantage of the quality education they were getting. But guess what happened to most of those kids? They continue to attend schools that were underfunded, and those textbooks, they remain outdated. In other words, not much changed. And who didn't change it? Your school board. Milwaukee has had school boards that were predominantly black, predominantly white. Every time there's a problem, they put a white person in. Then eventually a black person becomes president, and then they become the mouthpiece for the teachers union, and nothing changes under black or white. That is how we got to where we are, with black students having lower test scores than their white counterparts. But things are not helped when these kids already at a disadvantage turn their brains off for the summer. So where are the parents then? What do we do about the parents? Well, he goes on to say, black parents, it's on us. I'm a father, so I'm including myself in this. We must keep track of what our kids are learning in school, and during the summer months, ensure that they keep up with it. This means making little people who would rather be playing video games or running around outside read when the warmer months arrive. This is not to say that our kids cannot have fun from mid-May to August, nor does it mean they cannot go on vacation. But it does mean that when you pack up for that vacation, a book will be in the suitcase along with their clothes. Here's my issue with that. Do they know how to read? See, if you were paying attention during the school year, you would know whether or not your kid knows how to. Anyway, our ancestors fought for us to get a quality education. All we must do is not let the summer rob them of what they've learned. That's the way to honor our ancestors' sacrifice. I don't know how I feel about that article. How do you feel? 833-212-1017. Why are schools off this summer? Why do we go into our ancestors? And he never really blamed parents. He talked about what parents should do, but he never really was direct. Is it a reflection of the soft generation we have right now? The ability to be safe and to avoid friction? I don't know. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017. Should our kids be in summer school? Strike that. Should our kids continue through the summer for regular school? The fact that you set up a system where you have to have summer school because kids didn't learn during the regular year means that you don't need summer school. You just need to extend the year. You wonder why the public schools are struggling. Why can't teachers teach year-round? I don't understand that. People drill oil year-round. People drive cabs year-round, drive buses year-round. Cops and firefighters and mayors and well, they don't work year-round. Anyway, I mean, we all do our job year-round. Why can't teachers? Why can't they work a full 6.5, 7-hour, 8-hour day like everybody else? What makes you so special? I say nothing. If you work over the summer, you get paid more. You don't have to find a summer job or go on welfare for the summer and then get off and then come back and do all that nonsense. Why not? There's a school nurse in the building. There's food in the building year round. Now we don't have a hunger issue. We don't have a hunger problem. But in Milwaukee, one of the reasons you don't do it is because many of the buildings don't have air conditioning. And everybody knew it, and they just kicked the can down the road. So the only thing we can do is what? Pay and build new schools. But everybody comes in and says, well, but first we gotta, right. Meanwhile, it's the middle of June. Kids aren't learning. Oh, that's right. They're shooting each other. My bad.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 101.7 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.
For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their home state of Wisconsin. And now, Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their pull tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousins pull tab with a sub or subinable purchase for a chance to win Cousin Subs for a year and much more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pull tabs. 1 pull tab per customer per transaction per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
Why did Old National Bank decide to create this program?
You know, it was something that was near and dear to the heart of our chairman and CEO, Jim Bryant. Jim wanted us to do more in the African American communities, more with minority-owned businesses. So he approached Roland Shelton, who was my boss in Evansville, Indiana, and said, Roland, we need to do more. We need to create a program that's going to allow individuals, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to access capital a lot better than traditionally we've been doing. And so we created the Empowerment Loan Program 2 years ago.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners. It's 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. And this.
Everybody.
833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat and the talking text line. So how many hours did I sleep? 9. So I hear you say you had like, okay, y'all tripping. Okay, Dr. Ken, I feel much better by the grace of God. Come on now. But you scared of the hurricane, so I'm not worried. So see you in December. I don't think so. I don't think I'm coming to Florida at all. And I was in Miami in March. Yeah. I'm not coming to Florida till 2028. I might be there sooner. I don't know. Not really a city girl. What's going on? Free range beef taco. Like this whole idiocy of meat tasting better because there's free range, because they get to walk around, has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, the chicken got to walk around free with no gate, so when they lay eggs, it'll taste better. Whatever. Dumb. This city is soon to have a predominantly relieved from duty school board. They need to be. I'm sorry. But you know, Evers is too much of a punk to come in and take over the schools. He's going to let education do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do. Remember, he ran DPI. He's too scared of the teachers union. He don't want people to think bad about him. So, oh my God, they won't like me. They'll scream and holler. They'll say bad things about me. And so kids just go on losing all over the state. They don't care. Make sure he gets money to the school union, to the teachers union. That's okay. And I'm not against the teachers union, but do you ever put children first? Nope. Our job is to make sure the teachers get what they want, and we don't really give a flip. They showed you that with MPS, with the former superintendent. They don't care. And he kowtowed to him too. We'll see if this superintendent will. There's a time and a place for the teachers union. But they need to stay out of business like children. That's not their business. So stay out. It's interesting. Teachers go on vacation in the summer. Go on vacation on it. Everybody else in America goes on vacation in the winter, summer, fall, and spring. Listen to what I'm saying. You're actually going to go to Mexico in the summer from hot to hot. Does that make any sense? No. It's just ridiculous. Listen, I get teachers. Support them, love them. Everything I know came from a teacher within reason. But to give them so much love that they get to get away with anything up to and including murder is ridiculous. So yes, I'm being cynical when I say that. My parents made me go to summer school every year all the way through high school. Mom read with me and went over my book reports with me. Hey, LaRon, can you go teach other people that? Get a parenting class going. Makes no sense. Teachers arrive at school at 6:30 and don't leave till 3:30 or 4. What teacher you know get to school at 6:30 in the morning that's not assistant principal, or nurse? You tell me. And with all due respect, if school started at 7 o'clock, 6:30 is reasonable. What are you talking about? And that's your job. Like, it's not like you're doing something. Look at this. It's like you're doing something. Oh, my God, it's so great. Why is that? It's so great because you came to school. I pay you $70,000, $80,000 to teach in a classroom. And then watch this. All the new teachers then raise their hand. I only get $45,000 or $50,000. Right, but the majority of them get more. J.D. the poet said everything learned from K-12 could be learned in 3 to 5 years in intensive learning. Compulsory education isn't even 125 years old. It would be ideal for students to go to school year round. But for what? Well, one, they wouldn't lose the knowledge that they have. So when the testing comes out, they're able to pass the test at a higher rate. So when you have the money to send your kid to a private school, you also send them to private things in the summer that keep their intellect and their knowledge and their reading going. My kids did something every single summer from the time they were able to walk to the time they graduated from college. Every single summer. Reading, writing, or arithmetic related, internship, something. Play a sport, and when you're done with a sport, once a week, we went to Barnes & Noble. You got to pick out a book, you got to read it, and we got to talk about it the following week. So every week you got a new book, you're telling me about your old book, like all those things we did. Simple. And watch this. Back at a time when I wasn't making a lot of money, they would start the book, read it, while we're sitting there at Barnes & Noble for 3 or 4 hours and put the book back on the shelf. You want to read a magazine? Read the magazine, put it back on the shelf. Is that the fair, moral, ethical thing to do? When you ain't got no money, yes. Not really. A city girl said, I think kids should go to school year-round, but with more frequent breaks. Absolutely. Throughout the year. Enough to equal a summer break. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's just get it done. Add a break once every 3 months. Give them a week off. What do you need a whole summer off for? You got the rest of your life to have fun. You got the rest of your life to do whatever you want to do. And stack it. Maybe we'll do 2 weeks in the summer. Maybe we'll do 2 weeks in the winter or something, right? But now you have to come up with a system that parents can work with because parents have to find people to take care of the kids. So that's understandable. Felix said, that's private. Not everybody has money for private school. Yeah. Why work through a problem or an issue that you have? Why not just come up with the excuse why you can't do it? That's what's wrong with us now. Well, we can't do that because, right. Did you try? I didn't know we could send our kids to private school. We didn't make enough money. We sure made it work. Did a lot of sacrificing. Whole bunch of sacrificing. I don't have a problem with that. It's a lot of stuff I didn't do, a lot of places I didn't go, that I'm going now because I couldn't do it then because I had to pay for all this stuff. Makes absolutely no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. None. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Yes, I'm popping off about teachers once again. Once again. And actually, it's not about teachers. It's about the school board, really. We've jacked our poor kids. And now we're, 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. And now with 1017, the Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Southbound on 41, we've got delays coming from well before Good Hope Road all the way down past an accident scene at Hampton where the left shoulder is blocked, all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound slowing down from Swan Boulevard all the way up to Hampton. On eastbound 94, we've got a crash right about at Highway T with the right lane blocked. Things backing up to Highway G. And then beyond that, we got delays from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Southbound on 43, we've got backups coming in from Good Hope Road all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds later on, a low of 66. And tomorrow, scattered showers and storms with the highest chance mid-morning, humid with a high of 81. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 1017 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms, and you can be a beneficiary of it. If you've got a heart for Milwaukee and qualify as a Milwaukee resident, take advantage of City on the Hills Health Clinic today. Just visit cityonthehillmke.org. That's cityonthehillmke.org. City on the Hill, hope, healing, and health for our city. Visit City on the Hill today.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait a minute, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The second half of the season gets underway for the 56-40 Milwaukee Brewers out in L.A. to take on the Dodgers. Manager Pat Murphy speaking on the identity of his team going into the second half.
I really like a lot of this team. I really do. I really like how they keep just grabbing their identity.
9:10 is expected to be the first pitch this evening. Quinn Priester on the mound for the Brew Crew. And over to the NFL where the Steelers and TJ Watt, the former Wisconsin Badger linebacker, have agreed to a 3-year extension that will now make him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And lastly, we'll head over to the NBA. Former Milwaukee Buck guard Damian Lillard back home in Portland. He reaches a 3-year deal to return to the Blazers. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Drums, please.
Here it is, a groove slightly transformed. Just a bit of a break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool to dance, but what about...
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that the Fresh Prince? We ain't playing that. Will Smith. We ain't playing that. Remember, I don't do Will Smith no more. I know. See, we have a producer who doesn't understand how to go along with radio banter because he's a millennial. He's so literal that when I say stuff on the radio, he actually believes it. Every single word. When I said, "Oh, that's Will Smith," well, forget it. You didn't know who Will Smith? Really? X, what's wrong with you? Do you at least feel bad? I know you don't feel bad because you ain't got enough sense to feel bad. You know why? Because I ain't got enough sense to feel bad. Between the two of us, we can make up one sense. That was a good one, wasn't it? He's shaking it like, yeah. Yes, I knew it was. I knew it was Will Smith. He does that a lot, though. I just don't respond. He'd be like, you didn't know that? Like, what? That's dumb. You didn't know that? He'd be like, you didn't know that? You didn't know that? 833-212-1017 is the number. I mean, we're just having fun. It's Friday. What do you want to pop off about? What are you popping off? Okay, not really a city girl is talking crazy. She talking crazy. She said they need frequent breaks. I said, for what? Like, what do you need? What does a child need a break for in the summer, right? I said, what are they breaking to do? They got weekends, holidays, you're creating with children. She said they need the summer off to relax. I'm like, what? I need to relax? So then I asked, what the heck do kids need to relax from that much? She said, some kids are bad blanks and cause major stress with other kids. They're not adults. They need a break. Kids get burned out. Are you kidding? Kids get burned out? You ready? They're supposed to, their children. It builds up strength. It builds up resilience. So now not really sitting there sticking a tongue out of me. All we do is complain about how let's come up with solutions and not a debate. Downer. Hey, Felix C. II, be quiet. It's Friday. We're popping off. If you don't like it, what does lump it even mean? Like, where do we get these idiotic statements? People like, if you don't like it, lump it. Like, what? And X has never heard that before because he's too young. So, you know, he's like, what does that mean? Because some people, you just can't say stuff around. They're so young. But then again, it's like a secret code, too. You could say stuff around them, and they don't know. Like, you could completely and totally insult them, and they have no idea. No idea. I know. Look, Felix, I'm good. I'm good. Just get back to the... I know. Pop-Off Friday is a downer. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What you got today? What you talking about?
I'm listening to what you're talking about.
You're not going to be the nice elder today. It's Pop-Off Friday. What do you want? You see, you're
talking about the teachers and the kids.
Tell me what you want. Don't tell me what I already said. I know what I said. What do you want?
No, right. Look, I was just going to say I went to school here. I enjoyed the summers off, but I had the opportunity to sign up for summer school, which I did, and I did do summer school. But, you know, they get the kids get recreational books for the summer. So they sign up for
don't read no books. They don't read them during the school year.
The parents, no, the parents can sign them up. You know, the recreational.
They don't read them in the school year. Why would they read them during the summer? Why?
The parents, no. The parents sign them up for activities during the summer.
It's like I don't say anything.
Yes, you're talking about books. They're not really reading the books. They're doing activities.
They ain't doing nothing.
You know, like swimming and different little things like that. Yes, they do. Because
these kids wouldn't be out here acting so foolish if they was doing something during the summer. They wouldn't be shooting each other.
Probably need the father figure.
Explain. Oh, stop it.
They need the father figure to lead them.
And they were just fine? Stop it.
Still, they still need the father figure and the mother figure.
Why you always come up with excuses for black people who do dumb stuff?
I don't come up with excuses. I just don't like it because we always portray the bad people in the deal. Because everybody listens to your radio.
Not everybody.
And we always feel like, oh, yeah, pretty much.
And we always feel like what?
Because we talk about it.
We always
talk
feel
about
like
things
what?
you say.
We always feel like what?
We feel like we're always pounced on.
That's right.
You know, not wanting to do.
Because I want them to do better. I always want them to do better, no matter what. And literally talking nice for the past 25, 30 years has not done the black community any good at all. Being nice, mollycoddling, letting things slide, letting things pass. We're in worse shape now than we were when I got here 32 years ago. So at some point...
But maybe you could be a drill sergeant.
Well, watch this.
You could be the drill sergeant.
Watch this. That's cute, but that's not going to save anything.
I think it will. I think if we get them together, we get them interested in music and all this stuff, other stuff. I grew up here. We had all of that. I was with Zech kids in kindergarten. We had community singing. We sat in the hallway and sung with the little white kids because we got together all together. So I think if you it's kind of like we went by the wayside some kind of way. I don't know, the teachers, I don't ever hear teachers calling in because if somebody talks about me, like you said, the teachers and this and that, and Evers, I call in to correct you.
Okay.
I would, because we had a union, and I wouldn't let nobody talk about my union.
I'll talk about you and your union.
You can, I ain't going to do no good because I'm retired now.
I still talk about your union.
Talk about it. Yeah, we talk about it.
Look.
They were the Allen Bradley, they were the, I guess, engineers, whatever they call them. United Electrical Union. Yeah, so I would take up for them because they took up for us.
Was it United Electrical or International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW?
No, United Electrical Union.
Because I was on IBEW.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right.
Yeah, and so they took up for us.
Thank you much. I got to go.
That's what they were supposed to do. And we paid dues.
I got to go.
And we had scabs that didn't pay.
I got to go.
Bye. Have a nice weekend. Bye. And I might talk to you Monday.
You're going to call me next hour. Stop. Bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. Y'all tripping. Wow. Hey, 1927, where you work at? Anyway. Dr. Kidd, if that was to go into effect, especially in this city, we may suffer another tax increase. I want another tax increase. I want quality schools. I want new schools. I want them rebuilt. Not necessarily give teachers more money. Like they need to hold down the fort some. You need to tell the teachers that if you live in the city of Milwaukee, you get money. And if you live outside of the city, you get a 5% decrease in your salary. I'm serious. Makes no sense. Then if you decide, just like cops took a dip in their pay when they moved out. Like, hey, you don't live here? Yeah, you make this much. And then somebody sued and said you can't do that because it's fair because they're in a union. But I got no problem with if you live outside the city and work for the city, you got to pay more. I got no problem with that. I would hope you do. Felix C. the second say, hey, kumbaya. Hey, Felix, yeah. Did you go to school? Miles said we can't have teachers working year-round. Everybody else works year-round. Every single, who takes off? Only people in a school district take off in the summer. Who else takes off? Road workers don't take off. The only other people that take off are politicians, but they never work. I'm kidding. Think about it. Radio stations work year-round. TV stations work year-round. Stores work year-round. Clothing stores, markets, everything. Think about everything in this city that works year-round, and you're telling me teachers can't work year-round? How insulting is that? That's insulting to every hardworking person in America and in the city of Milwaukee that works hard and goes to work every day. That's ridiculous. 833-212-1017 is the number. You want to fight? I'll be back.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks. And enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017. Calling all Black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your Black Business Spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC. 833-212-1017 is the number. Bob, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hello, Dr. King.
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Chicago, man. Listen, it's not so much the kids need a break from studying. Teachers need a break from them kids, man. To raise the kids.
Nobody else gets a break from anything. You don't get a break from building buildings. You don't get a break from, that's ridiculous. That sounds dumb. That sounds like teachers are weak and they can't buck up and hang in there and get it done. Are you kidding me?
It's not that they're weak. It's stop kids from stealing cars, killing people, and
if they were in school, they wouldn't be doing it. Literally.
No.
If those 13, the two 14-year-olds with the 13-year-old got shot and killed with the gun, had they been in school, odds are they wouldn't have had a gun and the 13-year-old wouldn't have died. Would you at least entertain that idea?
Teachers, human beings.
All right, Bob. Okay, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Have a nice day, Bob. See you later, Bob. Bye. Call next time. I mean, dude. Oh, the poor little babies. I didn't touch the phone. The poor little babies. They just don't teachers. They just can't go find another job. Law enforcement
is one of the best jobs you can ever have in the world. Firefighters say the same thing. Serving other people and helping save lives and helping keep people safe is something that people are not cut out to do. They're not. And there have been a number of people that I've told, hey, love your brother, love your sister, but this job, this ain't for you. Because it's a day in, day out, do or die job. And that's just how it is. If you can't cut teaching, you need to quit. Go find another job. Become a salesman or woman. Go paint buildings. Because I had some teachers that were like it. They didn't let you get away with anything. Kept up with you over the summer, all that. Well, times have changed. Okay. You're right. People are softer. Teachers are softer. And it's not their fault. It's society's fault. And that's why I said before, if you're going to fix the black community, it's not a black problem. It's a society problem. Everybody got to fix everything. Because if you're putting us in things where we have to learn and the learning is inadequate, Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas didn't do us any good. None. We're just wasting our time. And those parents that care, that put their kids in good schools, tend to go ahead and do it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. None at all. But yet that's what we do. And then we wonder, oh my God, we wonder why our children don't make it. We wonder why our children aren't able to succeed. It's just weird. It comes down to the parent and the teacher. The teacher wouldn't need time off if parents did their job. If parents took care of their children, if parents actually stepped up and cared about their own children. But we don't do that. We don't. And it's unfortunate. 833-212-1017 is the number. In the 5 o'clock hour, I got some Gruber giveaways, so y'all might want to stay close to your phone. And I'm going to pause. For those of you listening on streaming, you get a chance to call in as well. All right? So make sure you hang out. Top 5 at 5 is coming up next. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 1017 The Truth, hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself.
I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
Hi, my name is Noor, and I am proud to be a Riverside University High School Tiger. As a rising sophomore, I am excited to get involved in many opportunities. RUHS offers like advanced placement classes, sports, and student council. But what I love about Riverside most is that Riverside University High School makes everyone feel welcome and provides students with lots of opportunities. On Saturday, August 23rd, from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, join us at Riverside for the Truth Family Fest. We will have entertainment, food trucks, and vendors. See you there.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. A Wisconsin surgeon is accused of possessing child pornography. 46-year-old Calvin Erickson was arrested Tuesday near his home in Brookfield. He's facing federal charges for distribution and possession of child pornography. Erickson is a surgeon at Froedtert Hospital and assistant professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. According to court documents, federal agents conducted a 2-year investigation into Erickson's possible connections to child sexual abuse material. Court records indicate Erickson was released on a signature bond. He's scheduled to appear back in federal court on July 31st. The Milwaukee County's transit system knew it was running a budget deficit before details became public in mid-June. That's according to comments during a county committee on finance meeting Thursday. Supervisor Sean Rowland says he learned MCTS was planning service frequency cuts before they had arrived at the nearly $11 million deficit projection.
The deficit would have even been larger, maybe by the tune of $1 million or $2 million, and the service reductions or the frequency reductions brought it down to 10.9. That was a revelation to me yesterday.
A county ordinance requires organizations to report deficits of $100,000 or more to county leaders. The man accused of killing a Milwaukee police officer in an ambush pleads not guilty. 22-year-old Tremaine Jones faces 3 felonies in the death of Officer Kendall Corder, including first-degree intentional homicide. His lawyers tried to get the charges dismissed, but the judge found enough evidence to bind him over for trial. Jones is accused of shooting Corder and his partner, Officer Christopher McRae, in an alley on Milwaukee's northwest side last month. Officer McRae is still recovering from his injuries. Jones is due back in court in August. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council Show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Chauncey said, 9 hours of sleep. Dr. Ken, I'm jealous. I often get like 7. Let me find out your secret. He said, is it cookies and warm milk an hour before bed? How about how to become a diabetic? Because if you eat that every day, something wrong with you. Okay, God knows sense. What's the chat? Oh my God. Wow. Y'all silly. I'm not putting that on the air because y'all not getting me in trouble. You are not getting me in trouble. Speaking of trouble, Winky Blue, what's up?
Hey, good afternoon to you, Dr. Ken. I got a question for you now.
Yes, sir.
Did they ever find where that gun came from, what those kids had?
Not yet.
The teenagers?
Not yet.
Okay. Because I'm afraid that they might have had that gun. They might have had the gun before school got out. So you made a statement that
we don't know
they wouldn't have shot nobody if they would have been in school.
Clearly, they would not have shot somebody had they actually been in school instead of out messing around with a gun.
I'm under the contention to think that they might have had the gun before school got out. School just been out about 30 days.
Okay. All right.
Got you, didn't I?
Actually, you didn't, because it makes no sense. because the bottom line is this. If the kid is in school, odds are he's not going to have the gun in school. Therefore, you can't accidentally shoot somebody.
Well, they just hide it by a garbage can in a vacant garage till they get out. You know how these kids do.
The whole point of it is nobody got shot. You're just trying to come up with semantics and try to cover your argument that you think is a good one, and it's not. Because it sounds like you're saying that no matter. Hang on, let me finish. Let me finish.
I would like to see those kids in school all year round.
Okay, he's not going to let me finish, so I'm not going to talk to him. Bottom line is that the kids were in school, odds are they would not have shot, right? Number two, does it matter? A kid is dead. And we're complaining about like what? Those kids, if they had, but we don't know that. Arguing with your, like, kids are so negative. We're so negative about children that we won't even give them the benefit of the doubt. Y'all don't do that to the white kids that do stuff. Oh, there must have been something going on. Black kids in your own community and you don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Every kid that messes up and does something stupid is a kid. Their brain literally is not fully developed. Stop treating them like adults. Stop having expectations like adults. I beat up on teachers because I beat up on teachers. They're grown. They chose their job. Just like y'all beat up on the police. They're grown. They chose their job. They don't like it, quit. But by and large, they're doing a job that none of y'all signed up for. But it's not their job to do the parents' job. I get why they need the summer off. But if you spread it around and have more time off during the year, it might even be better. Let's find out before we bash. Now, before I get to my top 5 at 5, Norm, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
How are you?
Hey, you just answered my question, man. Sometime when you was the police, did you just like, hey, man, let's get back in the car and let these people go? You know what I'm saying? Because I know you see a lot of stuff.
Well, time out. What do you mean let these people go?
I'm talking about Well, I'm just saying everything wasn't that serious, like
Correct.
you just said.
Correct.
Just talk to them and let them go. You know, yeah, man. You answered my question.
Let me give you a perfect example. I'm working in District 7 on day shift, right? It's summertime.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Auntie, grandma sitting on the porch, black people sitting all around, and there's some guys on the corner that are shooting craps. And they're shooting craps for money. They're gambling.
Okay.
And I go to the grandmother and say, hey, is it okay? Yeah, my grandson down there, they cool. Long as they don't make. I said, if they make noise, give me a call back. I'll come back and run them off. I roll down the street. I roll down the street. I roll up. They're so busy into their game on the corner that they look up, and one of the guys looks at me, and I look at him, and I just give him, the usual head nod. What's up? And he looks at me and goes, what's up?
Black cops, man. Black cops is very important.
And I said, she said, y'all cool, so y'all cool. Any trouble or noise, I'm coming back. Dude said, bet. I was like, all right. And I drove away. Like, what is that? Like, at some point, you can't just be, I'm big man, I'm the police, you do as I say. That's how the fight starts. That's how the fight starts.
Yeah.
It's just like
all right, brother. Have a good one, man. Hey, thanks, man. All right, brother.
833-212-1017 is the number. At some point, you can't be all that. And that's how most cops are. That's how they get in trouble when you're supposed to be when you're outside playing basketball with kids. But I'm just saying, aren't you supposed to be walking the beat? Yes. Why are you over here for 35 minutes playing basketball? I was playing with the kids. Huh? Yeah. And then the shift commander got in the car, drove over there, and they started playing basketball. I'm like, I'm done. Like, dude, you're supposed to be working. What you doing? What you doing? You are you're not the highest paid basketball player. You're the highest paid cop basketball player in the city of Milwaukee. Like, what are you doing? But those are the kind of things you do. Just like the teacher that every now and then goes and plays basketball with the kids or goes swimming or does something or rock climbing. That's just, you're human. Somebody said they're human, they need a break. Yeah, but you chose the job. You chose the job. Speaking of choosing, I work with people who bash the black church. Some people just hate the church. Usually people that are super liberal or socialists don't believe in God. They don't go to church. And that's unfortunate. But then again, y'all used to always bash the black church for asking for money. Wait till you hear this.
Number 5.
So somebody went to the public investigator at JS Online, at Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, and said, why is this Catholic TV ministry asking for donations when they got $40 million in the bank? That's it. Wow. So Quinn Clark wrote a great story that said, even Sunday before Heart of the Nation begins broadcasting Mass from Milwaukee's Sacred Heart Croatian parish, a priest encourages viewers to show their support. The Heart of the Nation Mass is a viewer-supported ministry, said Father Mark Payne, as the organization's website and phone number appear on screen. Please consider an offering today to support the Mass on TV and online. On its website, they cite Acts 20:35, a Bible verse where, Jesus says it's better to give than to receive. And the site tells supporters that the organization depends on donations and the generosity of hundreds of volunteers. Volunteers, y'all. You hear me? Volunteers. You can give anywhere from $25 up to, say, $1,000. They're just asking. But then viewer Mike, I don't know if it's Guillory, Guillori, or Giari, 79, viewed their nonprofit IRS filings. And he asked public investigator why Heart of the Nation continues to ask for money. Well, one, they can because they're a nonprofit 501c3, and technically they're a church, so they have parameters where they can do that. According to 2023, now watch this, X will even go, what? So I want to see your natural physical face reaction when the ministry received $16.4 million in contributions and spent just $6.2. The rest was saved, growing their assets by $10 million, and they now have $39.5 million. enough to fund their current operations for 6 years. Is that wrong? Is that right? Why you look like that? Why your mouth open? You look like a guppy.
I thought they're supposed to spend their money as they get it.
No. Nonprofits don't have to do that.
Oh, it's a nonprofit.
It's a church. Churches have even completely different rules because many times churches and ministries are not 501c3s. They're tax deductible, but they're in a space where they don't pay tax. So if people don't understand IRS, they only understand one part of IRS, business or nonprofit or not-for-profit, but they don't understand the ministry side, the church side, and there's a whole side. And so this is what this guy's asking. But that is a lot of money. They got $40 million. They're still asking for more money, but I would too. This is a ministry owned by Santa Fe Communications. They've been broadcasting the Mass on a single channel in 1984. Now it airs across the country to people who are homebound and incarcerated. $39.5 million. I'm not mad at them. The ministry's conservative spending is meant to ensure Heart of Nation stays afloat after experiencing financial troubles in the past. Accounting and ethics experts, however, say nonprofits should be transparent about their finances so donors have the full picture. They're a ministry. So y'all need to understand that. Clearly, this person doesn't understand what that is, or they just don't like it, or they're just withholding the information. I don't know. Catholic TV ended the, public investigator compared Heart of Nations financial records to 3 other major religious media ministries, New Evangelization Ministries, Catholic TV, and Shalom World. None stockpiled as much of their donations as Heart of Nation. For example, while Catholic TV ended the year with $75 million in assets, it spent 66% of its revenue on programming and operations. In contrast, Heart of Nation spent 38%, saving the rest. And it sounds like they're saying it's bad to save. Because if they spent all their money, people would complain, why didn't they save it? And so that's why when it comes to churches and when it comes to Catholic ministries, when it comes to Protestant ministries and Jewish, people get beside themselves because they always think something's going on. And they reported it to the IRS. It's not like they tried to hide it. It's just weird. Double standards. As always. So I got a question. This next story. Answer the question, is it a failure in parenting?
Number 4.
From Fox6now.com. A Milwaukee man is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old girl. 52-year-old David Blade has been charged with 1 count of use of a computer to facilitate a child sex crime. Court records show that his bail was set at $15,000, made his initial court appearance on yesterday. So, Saturday, July 12th, Milwaukee County Zoo, a woman approached a deputy working at the zoo saying her daughter was missing, but she had briefly seen her with an older man. According to the criminal complaint, the deputy found the 14-year-old near the train at the zoo with Blade. She told deputies that they had talked, and she had talked with him for 4 months. The deputy searched the girl's phone, found sexually explicit messages with the defendant. The deputy also found texts between the two planning on meeting at the zoo that day. Additional observed messages consisted of Blade allegedly calling the girl sweetheart and baby. Per the criminal complaint, Blade also sent messages saying, well, you know I am making a huge sacrifice for you. I had to lie to kids. I told them I was going to the store. I had to lie to my kids and make sure you delete everything. And she didn't delete anything because she's a 14-year-old. The tone of the messages also indicated that Blade and the girl were potentially in a relationship on some level, and there were instances of sexual explicit photos being sent between the two. Blade allegedly told deputies the 14-year-old calls him to discuss her family life and noted that he was not a pedophile and that he shamed individuals who are. The messages went back to February. If convicted, 40 years in prison. Who failed here? Mom Dad or Blade? We can't blame the 14-year-old because she's 14 years old. This must be the month or the year of 14-year-olds doing dumb stuff. But I guess you can't call it dumb because they're 14 years old. Did the parents fail here? I wonder. Hit me on the talk and text line at 833-212-1017 or the YouTube chat. Who failed here? Who failed? And going to jail. This guy could get 40 years in jail. But then again, what should you get if you punch somebody in the face? I mean, is a 3-year, 5-month sentence long enough?
Number 3.
So, 1 year after a black boy was violently attacked by a white man in Washington State, he is finally getting justice. But although Paul Jonathan Bittner is facing jail, his family says it's not enough. A group of students from Whitcomb Middle School in Bellingham, Washington, were returning from a school trip in June of 2024. That's when prosecutors said Bittner approached an 11-year-old black student and punched him in the face. If that wasn't enough, the 43-year-old then shoved him to the ground, resulting in the young student chipping his tooth and injuring his nose. That's according to KRRO 7 News in Seattle. Before he ran away from the scene, Bittner reportedly yelled, "Are you going to talk to a white man like that?" A teacher who witnessed the attack began chasing Bittner, and they called the police, and they caught him and arrested him and charged him with malicious harassment and the assault of a child in the 2nd degree. He's been diagnosed with schizophrenia, deemed not competent to stand trial in a previous evaluation. The child's father said the toughest part is that my son was doing nothing wrong, and was attacked because of his skin color, because he didn't look like his attacker. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. So he pleaded guilty to a hate crime, sentenced to 41 months. Is that enough? He punched a kid. Kid fell, chipped his tooth. He got sentenced to 3 years, 5 months in jail. Dad said that doesn't solve the problem. Well, no, it doesn't solve the problem, but the guy's paying for it. My question to you, is that enough? And if you try to racialize it because it was a hate crime, you should. Now think about it, if a black man punched a white kid, would he get 3 years, 5 months? Would schizophrenia play a part? I don't know. Interesting thought. Very interesting. Speaking of interesting, just on a side note, the U.S. Department of Justice is now going to court to get the grand jury transcript for Jeffrey Epstein unsealed. That means everything they talked about, all of the witnesses, all of the information, all of the evidence that they used to bind him over for trial to show probable cause that he committed a crime is going to be released. That will probably be the most, quote unquote, damning thing against Jeffrey Epstein. What will be more damning are the names that they release. And just because your name comes up in a grand jury means absolutely nothing. But, people are going to jump on it. So it'll be interesting. But I digress. In November of 2024, the same month, we all found that President Donald Trump will be occupying the White House again. This is from news1.com. Brett Hankison, former Louisville police officer who was fired over his involvement in the deadly raid on the home of Breonna Taylor, was found guilty of 1 count of civil rights abuse for shooting into Taylor's bedroom window, which was covered by blinds and a blackout curtain. The Guardian noted, meaning above all the other wrongs the cops committed that night, they were firing blindly without apparent concern for who they might harm. Hankison was due to be sentenced on Monday. He faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. Now, in what is passed for justice, during the fight, to hold Taylor's killers accountable. So far as any indication, Hankerson was never going to receive anything close to a life sentence. But if the Department of Justice has its way, he wrote magnified. I don't know what that's about. He won't do more than a single day. So we're going to see. The Justice Department has asked, said that because he didn't shoot anyone and has a clean record otherwise, he should only serve 3 years of suspended release. So basically, he'll spend a day in jail. You agree with that? I don't. They're recommending a 24-hour sentence followed by 3 years of supervised release. What I would also add to that is he can never work anywhere in the justice system for the rest of his life, his kids nor his grandkids. Or his great-grandkids. Like nobody with his last name, even if they're not in like it just makes no sense. First thing you're taught, if you can't see it, you can't shoot it. You don't fire through a door because you don't know what's on the other side. I just find that reprehensible that the U.S. Justice Department wants to do that. And I just want to hear your thoughts on this one.
Number 2.
I didn't hit number 2 last time, did I? I just went straight to the story. Strange.
Number 1.
I did. Hey, it's Friday. What can I say? From Fox6Now.com, Tremaine Jones, the man accused in the shooting that killed Officer Kendall Corder and wounded Officer Christopher McCray, pleaded not guilty today to criminal charges. Jones is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, attempted first-degree intentional homicide, and first-degree recklessly endangering safety. So before Jones enters his plea to the charges, a Milwaukee homicide detective took the stand in a preliminary hearing. Cedric McFadden worked the same crime scene as Officer McCray, and his partner was shot. He's a detective and said this happened in June near 25th and Garfield as officers entered an alley looking for someone with a gun. And then he tells a story. McCray says he sees a flash, and then here's a series of bangs which he thought were fireworks. As other officers rushed to the scene, a man who has witnessed fights that led up to the calls ran to help, but was turned away by Officer McCray. And when he runs into the defendant again, what does the defendant tell him? I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was that dude. McFadden answered yes. Did ECT state he didn't understand how the defendant could have mistaken 2 officers for this person, BT? And McFadden answered yes. Prosecutors say Brayshawn Tyler had been in a shootout with Tremaine Jones. That is why police were called to the neighborhood in the first place. So, court commissioner bound him over for trial. Jones' attorney said, given the high-profile case, fairness is always an issue. Why? Why is fairness an issue? Was it fair to get shot with a high-powered rifle and die? Was that fair? Was it fair to get shot in the foot and almost lose your foot? Was that fair? The defense attorney, Russell Jones, said, and I always ask juries to reserve that judgment until they hear what the actual evidence is in the courtroom rather than what they read or see on television. So what are your thoughts on that? 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm interested in hearing what your thoughts are. Should he have been charged with first-degree intentional homicide or mitigated it down to second degree because it was accidental? I don't know. What are your thoughts? We got talking text. We got Jennifer hanging on. We got all sorts of things going on. But first.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all is right. Now's your chance to be entered in to win our One Call, That's All 5K giveaway. You heard it. You can be eligible to win $5,000. Be caller number 5 Right now at 833-212-1017 is the number to be entered in to win $5,000. Remember, if your loved one has ever been injured in an accident, call Gruber Law Offices now. 833-212-1017 is the number. Be caller number 5 to win this money from the One Call That's All 5K giveaway. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Call now at 833-212-1017. Jennifer. Hello.
Yes.
Jennifer. You want to turn your radio down?
Yes.
Okay. What can I do you for?
Yes, I was calling in about the story that you were just talking about with the zoo.
Yes.
And you said who is at blame?
Yes.
I would like to say it's not only the parents, but also the adult that's in the other end of that. Because, like, the parents should be checking the phone of their child.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At all times.
Well, he's automatically at blame. The fact that you're trying to connect with a 14-year-old is like an automatic throw you under the bus. Absolutely.
Correct. And, like, I normally don't call in or things like that, but I was listening to that, and that really made me very upset.
Yeah.
I have two young children, and I would never. The phone I will always have in my pocket at the end of the day, and I'll check everything.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Doctor.
All right, take care. Keep listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Want to help build a better Milwaukee? 1MKE is a nonpartisan coalition of over 100 community partners, making it easier to plug into what matters. From local services that can save you time and money, to events that build community, to voting resources to ensure your voice is heard. Whether you're new to civic engagement or ready to level up your impact, there's a place for you with 1MKE. Learn more, get involved, and take their community feedback survey at 1mke.org. We are 1MKE.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. But I throw a little George Benson in. Nice breezy Friday afternoon. Just trying to see what the weather is right now. 72 degrees, partly cloudy. Tonight it's going to be 66. A little chilly. Last night it was 62. Yeah, it was a little chilly. Dropped down to 58. I was good. But then I had to go out. I'm like, okay, I got to go in because it's kind of chilly. So, you know. Partly cloudy. 69% humidity. It'll be just a little bit. 33% cloud cover. You know, we got the air and water show tomorrow. I think the Navy's gonna be there, so they keep flying. Unfortunately, I live in Sherman Park, so that big transport plane with the 4 engines making circles around the city flies over my house. I'm like, dude, I look up and I can see the pilot. I'm like, dude, okay, this is dumb. Dude, you are too low and dumb. So we got to put up with it. Of course, the other problem to that is that when they go and they come back and they're coming from like out Waukesha, Oconomowoc to come back out over the lake, they fly over my house. I literally sit out on my deck and sit back like this and I can see the jets roar past. I'm like, this is ridiculous, right? And then the next day I have that little light gray film all over everything. Yeah. So it's like being at the airport once a year. I really love it. It's really good. Now, I'll be honest, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to do it. I'll never get in a plane like that and move that fast in an airplane. I'm good at some things. That one, I'm not. I would never want to do. 833-212-1017 is the number. JD the Poet said the Crowns are cool and seem to encourage more dialogue. I think the Crowns are dumb just because y'all like it. So I think the opposite. JD, they do increase the activity. However, most are just commenting just to become number one, and it's like a high school game. If you ask, that's what Quanda Duke said. Yeah. Not Really City Girl said, boom, I am number one. Pop off. Okay, you got it wrong. Come on now. Miles said, quit it before Dr. Ken get on us. Yep. I'm on you now. She say I said that with my Nelly voice. That's unfortunate. DJ Hardheaded, you think everything done. Proven point. Y'all silly. I like that. Keep it up. 833-212-1017 is the number. White Widow said, Epstein Files, how long has this guy been dead? It's only been like a year or so. So it's not like he died 20 years ago. Okay, he didn't. All this jumped off and, He died in 2019? He died in 2023. I just made it up. Like, geez, it's Friday. And quit messing up I be trying to walk people down the primrose path and then turn it. And he always corrected me. Oh, excuse me. That's that millennial. I just, everything has to be exact. It's left or it's right. Oh, you were kidding. No, in all seriousness. Epstein got caught in about 2015. It was about 2 or 3 years of just back and forth and being found guilty between Florida and New York, and misdemeanor here, felony there, and all that. And then the DOJ gave up on it. Question was he was a Mossad agent. Question was he was tied to the Israeli, Mossad and all that stuff. So we don't know. We don't know. Now that the files are to be released, they're not to be released. They're going to the DOJ to see if they can get the transcript. Because if you think about it, the grand jury transcript is where they presented everything to get probable cause to lock him up, and people testified. So now the files are being released. Will take months, and it is anticipated if individuals are not charged, they will not be divulged. So sure, files may come, redacted, of course. I hope so. One day I would like to see the prosecution of the parents of minors who approved of these children being allowed to go. Can you say R. Kelly? Well, that's different. Jeffrey Epstein trafficked people, and many times, and the majority of the people, as far as I understand, those people were adults. They were 18, 19 years old. Some of them were 14, 15-year-olds. Rumor has it, some children. We don't know. But they came from other countries. Just like you sell your kid to come up here, walking from Venezuela or Central America or wherever, and you walk through Mexico and you get in and God knows what happens to your kid. Well, Jeffrey Epstein happened to your kid. And it's disgusting and it's terrible. You know how they say never speak ill of the dead? My mother says sometimes when you don't have anything good to say, you just don't say anything. Atlanta Banana, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What are you doing?
I'm looking for the remote control. I lost it. I can't find it.
How you lose a remote control? How?
I'm always losing a remote control. It's either under the couch.
Why don't you put one of those things on your phone? Put a thing where you can click your cell phone and it'll ding. Ding, 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 ding.
That would be nice.
Yep.
That would be nice.
I lose my AirPods all the time. If I didn't have Find My on my phone, I would be in serious trouble.
Yeah, me too. That's nerve-wracking, but you got to think of something to do to make it better. I wanted to comment on the Catholic, how they complain about black churches asking for money, and then was it Catholic church?
Well, I don't know if it was a Catholic church, but it was a ministry with priests. It was, anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I thought it was Catholic. My bad. Well, then I don't know. I was thinking, do you think maybe I thought that was Catholic, but I was just going to say that maybe they don't complain about them asking for money or they get more money because do they worship like a white Jesus, a white Mary, and all that?
Does it matter?
I don't know.
I don't understand what the heck you're talking about.
To some people it does. To some people it matters. They don't want to donate anything to black people.
Okay. It must be Friday, y'all tripping. Heart of the Nation, a Milwaukee-based Catholic media ministry.
Yeah, Catholic.
Jesus wasn't black, was he?
Yes, he was black.
He was black. Jews are now black.
Yeah, he was black.
Jews
and the disciples was black, and the Israelites was black.
Jews are now black.
Yeah.
Jews are
Ethiopia.
black. Jews are black. That is what you're telling me.
Not all Jews.
That's not what I said. So don't say that. Please don't do that. And they were not.
You said Jews are not. What do you say? You said something about Jews.
I'm asking you if Jews are black.
Some.
If you look at Judaism as a religion, are Jews black? Some, yes. If you look at being Jewish as an ethnicity, are Jews black? Some. So does it matter if Jesus was black or white?
Yes.
Why?
To people who want to donate money, they don't want to give black people no money or no. We already ain't getting our reparations. Everybody else getting theirs, so they're going to give have the white people to prosper and to stay in power.
That makes no sense to me at all. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
So your Jesus has to be black in order for you to give money to church.
No, Jesus was black, but Julius Caesar whitewashed him, and he's white now, and that's why they donate to the Catholic and the other ones because they worship the white Jesus that look like them.
Okay. I don't really care what he is, but I'm just saying. Like, really? Okay.
And I'm just letting people know what it is.
And where'd you get that from?
You know, I got that from the Ethiopian Bible, the Tuahilo.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Bye.
The 88 book.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
That's what I thought. Ooh. Let's make it up as we go along. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Laska.
We do have an accident now on Highway 100 northbound at Meineke Avenue. The left lane is blocked, so this is just north of North Avenue. Be careful with that. Other than that, we've got southbound 43 backing up from about Locust down into the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. The northbound side of 43 still dealing with that accident at Silver Spring. It's behind the barrels on the left, but a couple of white cars all kind of crunched up. I believe squads have gotten onto the scene to try and help with this. Delays are coming up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to that scene. Eastbound 94, you're seeing delays from 84th Street through the stadium to about 27th. On the westbound side, clear until you get to Highway 100. That's where it starts to slow down, crossing over to about Elm Grove Road into Waukesha County. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds later on, a low of 66. Tomorrow, scattered showers and storms. The highest chance will be mid-morning, humid with a high of 81. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
With Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Truth Nation, you already know I got to put you on the latest hookup at Nick Avani's, and this one is big. All month long during July, Nick Avani's is running their buy one, get one for a penny sale. That's right. Grab one item and get another one for just 1 cent. We're talking top-tier fashion like suits, shirts, ties, shoes, and more that will have you stepping out looking sharp and turning heads. Some exclusions may apply, but the deal is real and only happening for the month of July. So don't wait and pull up to Nick Avani's on the second floor of Mayfair Mall and level up your wardrobe while this deal lasts.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Carrie Noni with her truth.
Lately, I've been feeling it too, like I'm just stuck in a loop. It feels like the days have just been blurring together. You wake up, go to work, run errands, maybe squeeze in something for yourself if there's time, and repeat. There's like this heaviness in the air, like everyone's moving, but no one is living. But then I remembered something very simple. You have enough time until you don't. How many times have you said that you wanted to read that book, take that trip, learn that new recipe, or even try that new hobby? But instead, we wait. We say, oh, maybe next month, or once I'm less busy. But time doesn't wait. If we're not careful, life becomes just a list of responsibilities. Being someone's wife, someone's mom, a coworker, a student, a provider. And we forget who we are outside of that. So I'm reminding you to break the cycle. You owe it to yourself and to those around you to finally live up to your wildest dreams, the ones that you had before you carried all these titles and were still full of life. So do something new, something that's just for you. Be open to discovery, because that feeling you get when you uncover something new that you love or something that you've always wanted to accomplish, that little spark, it's everything. And they say there's no time like the present. And to be honest, we should respect the concept of time a whole lot more. So let's not miss our chance to feel alive. Let's not forget that life isn't just meant to be survived, it's meant to be felt. So yeah, you have the time. Just don't waste it.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to Jammin' with Juice with Ben Jammin' and Carrie Noni weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The second half of the season gets underway for the 56-40 Milwaukee Brewers out in L.A. to take on the Dodgers. Manager Pat Murphy speaking on the identity of his team going into the second half.
I really like a lot of this team. I really do. I really like how they keep just grabbing their identity.
9:10 is expected to be the first pitch this evening. Quinn Priester on the mound for the Brew Crew. And over to the NFL, where the Steelers and T.J. Watt, the former Wisconsin Badger linebacker, have agreed to a 3-year extension that will now make him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. And lastly, we'll head over to the NBA. Former Milwaukee Buck guard Damian Lillard back home in Portland. He reaches a 3-year deal to return to the Blazers. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You know, for windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and doors. All sorts of options from 7 different Pella lines, and you can see them side by side. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Current restrictions apply. So, you want to find out? You can just visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield or schedule your free in-home consultation. All you got to do is go to PellaWI.com, PellaWI.com. Of course, certain restrictions apply.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival. You don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Strong moms build strong families. Outreach is Healthy Starts, Healthy Hearts empowers parents with tools for healthy pregnancies, heart smart habits, and thriving kids. Join us on Thursday, July 31st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to learn about prenatal care, well child visits, and more. The event is free at our Capitol Drive location and open to all families. Call 414-727-6320 to register today. That's 414-727-6320. Outreach. Healthcare with Heart.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 24th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Sherman Park in the Mary Ryan Boys and Girls Club Baseball Diamond, located at 3000 North Sherman Boulevard, and at the Washington Park Band Shell, located at 4599 West Lloyd Street. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members DeAndre Jackson and Russell Stamper II. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Good Lord. How many people was on that list? My grandparents, my aunt and uncle of the 6th removed parent or cousin from my 3rd. Yeah. It's been a great weekend. Thank y'all on the Talking Text line, the chat. Maybe next week, Winky Blue can, make some sense. Because he always makes sense. I'm just saying. Anyway, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe's show is going to be rebroadcast next, and then for the next 72 hours, you're going to get the best until you get back to me at 4 o'clock on Monday, God willing. Hey, have a safe, quiet, blessed weekend. God bless. Take care. I'm out.
Be quiet.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 1017 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.